Starting at the other forward position, 6'9", number 13, the other guard, 6'4", number 8, Johnson.
Happy to have you with us for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, our reporter. And here is our race for Rookie of the Year. You can feel the excitement around this group. So much potential. You look at Johnson. He's shown us throughout the course of this season that he's at the top of his rookie class. So it's no surprise to see him in the top spot.
And there's no doubt he's the top contender. I'll be shocked if he's not lifting the Rookie of the Year later on.
It's got to be him. In a season where we have a ton of worthy candidates, he has been the most outstanding by far.
Here's the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis and Portis work together inside. Damian Lillard out there with Edmund Sumner. There's the three. He buries it from three.
Talk about hitting the ground running. 4 for 5 to start.
Johnson against Lillard. Pass to Nembhard. Screen by Capella. 13 feet out. Another shot. Rejected by Antetokounmpo.
Giannis puts his touch on every aspect of the game. Big reach on display that time.
Avdia from outside. The Wizards with another miss. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Cavaliers.
Sometimes it's difficult to get good looks on the road, but they ran the offense brilliantly.
Well, they knew exactly how to approach that defense. They shot a fantastic percentage because they got quality looks.
A good look from Johnson. Nails the wide open jumper.
Such a
The Bucks are definitely a team we're watching out for in the playoffs. I don't know what seeding they're going to end up in. It's the last week, so you never know how things are going to turn out. Some things are set in stone already, yet some things aren't. I mean, I love to see how it ends up, but he's got to play through the week, so let's see. Very interesting.
And again, Washington with a triple.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has been on display for Milwaukee, dominating on the glass. What a quarter. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. Shot clock at 6. Up and over Russell. And Beauchamp pulls it down.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
Right, he stays connected and great timing on the contest.
Lopez can't hit.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Right side Johnson. Johnson a screen on Middleton. George draws the double. Jackson outside. And he's going for the oop here. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
A great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two
get the quick oop in there. You know, we got great chemistry going on right now. The Bucks, they have a lineup that switches. Honestly, a few people they've been having Bobby Portis start this season, but it's because Brook Lopez was a little injured. Ed Sumner, D'Angelo Russell have been rotating, starting. Hey, I got handles for days, man. I don't even know if I got that bad, but listen. Once I cross somebody up, I feel like I gotta finish the play somehow. It's gotta be an assist, a dunk, a shot, or something, man. Because it's just too good not to.
Outside.
Oh, Giannis working inside. And Giannis has a ridiculous combination of size, skill, and athleticism.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. The Bucks on top, up 4. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Doc Rivers and Coach. You guys came out aggressive in the first half. What stood out to you?
You know, we're getting to the paint, making plays. They're a great team as far as rotation, so we just got to make the right passes.
It all starts with attacking the basket. Thanks, Doc.
Good to have you with us. With the season in its latter portion, let's look at the Eastern Conference playoff race. We were just in the green room watching this game. What was your highlight of the first half?
I really like those wings. Oh, you talking about the game or the wings? Anyway, I like the wings we had in the back.
Yeah, I like the hummus. The hummus was pretty good.
That sauce was on point.
Ooh, yes, it was.
You know, I actually was talking about the game. Why's it always got to be about food with you two? And we look now at the Milwaukee Bucks. We got a battle out there after one half of play.
Being a trunk slammer ain't easy. Hostile environment, and these guys are unfazed.
Yeah, it's tough to win on the road in the NBA. Loving the confidence.
Into the second half. At small and power forward, it'll be Middleton and Giannis. Edmund Sumner is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Portis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Back to Johnson. Clock at 6. Pass to Nembhard. Here's Capella. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
This has been a...
Not gonna lie to y'all, I feel real good this game. Getting alley-oops, tip dunks, shots in. I just feel good. I'm just like, come on, man. I'm shooting great. Like, this is crazy, but I feel really loose this game for some reason. Almost a little too loose with the turnovers right there, but for the most part, like, I feel like I can score any way I want to. And I think that's because, I mean, Giannis is kind of an anchor in the paint, but I don't know. I feel like we can occupy him, kind of draw him out with Marvin Bagley, Asia. So the paint can be just wide open for whatever I want to do. And I just do whatever. I mean, nobody's really going to stop me. A little 360 alley-oop, you know, nothing crazy. Brook Lopez, he's just gotten old, bro. That's really what it's come down to. He just can't stop nothing anymore. He's just there to shoot threes. Which, you know, more power to him.
We've got 13 seconds left in the third. He shoots.
I'm here to win, baby. I'm here to win.
Hard for anyone to slow him down.
And so it's Washington closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. They've been very effective from the three-point line. That's the key for them so far. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. Moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
From deep three-point range, it's off. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. We saw two different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks so much. Paul, you dialed up the defense in this one. What were some of those adjustments?
Well, we're starting to pressure up. We're starting to use our hands. A team like that, you can't let them be comfortable. And we're doing a great job of just, taking away their airspace.
Well, the discomfort showed and led to a win for you guys. Congrats on the win.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. Now, our New Balance Player of the Game.
$34, 8, and 6. Dame Lillard had 27. I mean, if Middleton actually stepped up and scored a little bit more, that would have been an ideal box score for them. I had 38, no turnovers. Andrew Nembhard been stepping up, 25 points. George with 21. We're looking real good.
We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. With one game to go, let's take a look at how the final seeding will look in the East. Taking a look at Washington, they've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And checking out New York, sitting directly below them, just one spot down.
And for the Wizards, they're proving that all the talk we heard about them in the preseason was warranted. What a role this group's been on here early on.
And don't count on that coming to an end anytime soon. The talent level of this squad is off the charts. And with the momentum they're gathering here early in the year, they could steamroll through the season.
And now Washington's starting group. Avdia out there with Clint Capella. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Johnson. And it's Nembhard in at shooting guard. And for New York, Randall will step in at the 4 with Robinson as the center. Jalen Brunson out there against Orlando. Johnson with it, coming off a stellar performance against Milwaukee. Nembhard the pass to Capella. Capella with a screen on Randall. Short. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Now here's Brunson. Defense is right there. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Johnson with it. Robinson picks him up, and the basket is good. Got it to go through on the percentage.
So the East is pretty much locked up 1 through 4 at the top, and then the rest 5 through 10. You just never know. You just don't know. Which is crazy, because the teams that are in 5 through 10, I wouldn't have suspected. The Celtics being at the 10th seed, the Magic being at the 9th seed somehow, like they're in a play-in position after the season, after how they started the season, which is wild. It's crazy. The Knicks top 4. I mean, just dunked on Julius Randle, but it's interesting to see what if the Julius Randle Karl Towns trade never happened. It's smarter on the T-Wolves for them not to do that, but yet the Knicks would love a trade like that. But if the T-Wolves were smart, they would not trade Karl Towns. Not for Julius Randle anyway. Not smart. That is not smart. So right now they're suffering in real life. But in this universe, there's been plenty of trades. Plenty. It just didn't involve Karl Towns and Julius Randle going to separate teams.
Here's Johnson.
Kevin Durant going to the Nuggets. There's plenty of examples. The Thunder have made some trades. Tobias Harris is on that team. We could have made some trades, but we kind of held off just because we were winning so many games. I mean, to have 64 wins, the rookie point guard, unheard of. unheard of. So we're not really going to kill that chemistry, but as far as all the other teams, like, yeah, they just took some chances and said, fuck it. Meanwhile, the Knicks, people that are on top of their respective conferences are somewhat kind of the homegrown kind of teams.
Defense shaking their
or
heads,
developed,
no
like,
stop him in
I don't
this
know.
quarter.
They didn't draft Julius. They didn't draft Jalen. They didn't really draft Dante or Josh Hart.
Wins and on a night like that in the last game where they just did not
But they kind of developed them.
That's a steal during a regular season.
In the New York way. You know, they got the Villanova squad together. All of that.
Corners off the mark. The Knicks with the lead.
You know, the Thunder homegrown. The Bucks just got Lillard, but for the most part, they're homegrown.
Outside for Randall.
Yeah, it's tough, but yeah, I'm just interested to see how the East is going to shake out. There's just a lot of teams that are 1 or 2 games away from each other.
Robinson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Randall outside and taken away by Johnson.
Like watching Randall get down, use that frame, and use those feet to move around defensively.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Wizards lead by 1. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. Coach, the league going back and forth. How do you get separation from them in the second half?
We got to play with more energy. We're playing a low-energy game, offensively and defensively. So we're just trading buckets. We're not getting anywhere.
Coach, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Welcome to halftime, everybody. Right now, the New York Knicks are providing quite an entertaining and close game.
To be honest, their bench has kept them in this. Love their execution at the offensive end. Those boys are going to play right down to the stretch, believe me.
Well, this is why clubs stockpile scorers. If one of the guys are cold, bam, you've got answers.
And there's more NBA action in store for us tonight. Here are the games tipping off later. It'll be the Detroit Pistons up against the Hornets in Charlotte. Start time, 1 o'clock Eastern.
I'm looking for a possible upset in that one.
And that's all for us.
Tremendous game here from the Cobra.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
George against Randall. Johnson, the pass to Nembhard. Basket is good, the assist from Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Brunson the pass to Randall. One-on-one here. Lob pass to Capella. The shot comes out.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, you'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
The pass to Abdia. Looking for George. He gets it there. And count it from 19 feet away. And now a 6-point Washington lead.
George with the innate ability and sense, and he has to get it off quick.
Brunson with it. George picks him up. The corner play simply trains it in at the buzzer.
The defense has to be besides themselves there. Terrific shot to close out the quarter by him.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Washington out in front, leading by 4. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Now let's hear what Coach Tom Thibodeau was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Defensively, we got to do a better job. You got to shut the paint down. You got to challenge shots, and you got to.
You know, GA, he's always preaching Burks kicks to Brunson. Sharch with the screen for Brunson. Beyond the arc, and the three ball is good. And the Knicks lead by 1.
Sharich playing confident now. There was no hesitation that time.
Johnson the pass to George. Johnson with a screen on Burks. And here's George for 3. A three-pointer is right on target. George has got 8 points in the quarter. And here's Brunson. Here's Sharich. Three-pointer. And Brunson the basket on the assist.
It's weird. This is getting intense, man. I mean, I suspected this just because they're top 3 team in the East. So, of course, they're going to give us their A game. And we're not going to back down. I don't care that we're in New York. If we're in New York, that means that gives me an incentive to really just score a lot of points. That's what superstars do in Madison Square Garden. I mean, it gives Paul George an incentive to really, show people I'm not washed. Feel me? I can still do this. He's had a few chances in a few games. Not more than a few, more than a couple actually.
Coming off the assist from Johnson. And the Wizards lead by 1.
But for the most part, this week, this specific week, Andrew Nembhard, he's been stepping up, bro. Last game, 25 points. He's been real solid. He's been solid this game too. Just being dependable. Not even just for shooting, but like playmaking, defense. He's actually doing pretty good in real life right now. He's pretty much like an X factor for the Pacers. That's kind of why I traded for him in the first place. I figured, the Pacers might need somewhat of a swing, stretch 4 type person. Kyle Kuzma could be it. Hey, that was unstoppable, bro. When you can go against their biggest person on the court, outside the restricted area, hit that layup, it's just real. But yeah, it's real competitive up here in the East, the top of the East. So we're bringing everything we got.
So it's the Wizards with the W. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
Yeah, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
We'll continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about does it for the final game of the NBA regular season. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. As New Balance presents our player of the game, the Cobra.
Jalen 37 and 11. Julius 22. Everyone else below 10. I mean, they have a great time during the season, but when they really consider roster changes is during the playoffs when they lose. 34, 9, and 7. Paul George with 33. Hey, I told you, we're in Madison Square Garden, so we're going to do a little bit extra just for the crowd, bro. All right, so look at the West. Look how we got the Thunder. The Lakers are in there, and we got the play-in for San Antonio, Utah, Sacramento. Oh, man, New Orleans. Houston. Golden State is just out of there. Looking at the East, got some plans for Brooklyn and Toronto, but we got one more game left. Let's go.
Oklahoma City, that's the location for the Wizards. With remarkable athleticism, the bounding Marvin Bagley and his team focused on victory as they get set to square off against the Thunder. Wizards, Thunder. We'll be right back on 2K Sports. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Jonas Valanciunas.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. We've got George. Clint Capella is out there with Marvin Bagley. Then it's Johnson, and it's Nembhard in at the 2 spot. And for Oklahoma City, they've got Jonas Valanciunas, Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Josh Giddey. Then there's Holmgren, and it's Williams at the 3. Believe it or not, the regular season bucket.
He's got the ability to do damage inside and out. SGA's not going to miss that.
Bagley with a screen on Williams. George passes to Bagley. And Valanciunas pulls it down. So for the Wizards, their last game, a win against the Nets in Brooklyn. Williams against George. Double team on Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 on the shot clock. Valanciunas finds Holmgren. A three-pointer off the mark. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Wizards. Trailing by 4. Drills the three-pointer. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Chet Holmgren making things happen for the Oklahoma City Thunder. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We come back right after this.
Getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots. He's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
They get a hand on it. Oklahoma City leading by 11. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And Chet leaving no doubt about that one.
And the Wizards with possession. Bagley sets a screen for George. He kicks it to Kispert. Out up there for Johnson. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
I love the unselfishness. And
it's funny, our last game is against the best team in the West. The best team in the East versus the best team in the West going against each other for the very last game. This could be a finals preview if the standings play out how they're supposed to. We're both going to be #1 seeds. We're going to play the 8th seed, whoever that may be, from the play-in, and it's going to go from there. And we may or may not meet each other in the finals. Who knows? I mean, LeBron wants a title pretty bad. He's got a pretty solid team. Wembanyama could be a sleeper, but I don't know if the Spurs are strong enough to handle the rest of the roster.
Johnson against Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot from away.
I mean, Anthony Edwards.
Early in his career, defense challenged Tobias Harris to take this shot.
Bad.
Now they don't want him to, for good reason.
I had to get that out just from that move. It was crazy. But anyway,
it's rebounded by Hartenstein.
Anthony Edwards, you know what I mean? He's hungry for a title. He still got Karl Towns. I don't know. I don't know how the West is going to shake out. I don't know how the East is going to shake out. Could be an injury. Could be somebody stepping up. Could be an underdog team we're not thinking of. Or it just could be us. Who knows?
Here's Giddey, and he makes good on the layup.
Welcome to halftime, everybody. Before we go any further, a look ahead to the games yet to be played tonight. The Bucks playing at Fiserv Forum as they go up against the Raptors. That one gets started at 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
There's plenty on the line in this game. This establishes the pecking order.
Yeah, but it may just come down to which team gets hot. And I don't know which team that's going to be, but whatever team gets hot, watch out.
And looking at the first half we just watched, wow, what a performance for the Thunder.
Want to be more consistent offensively. It's simple. Mix it up. Work the ball to the paint. Don't settle for contested jumpers. I mean, you look at the scoreboard. There's the receipts.
A dominant display in the painted area. How much will really change in the second half?
And it probably has to happen quickly. Chet Holmgren has been sensational.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Chet Holmgren out there with Jonas Valanciunas. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. And that's who Mark Daigneault starts the second half. Poked away and taken away by Johnson. Here's George. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got his 3rd assist on the night.
I think you can tell we're ready for the playoffs. Not in a like super competitive way, but more like all right, let's just get this over with so we can actually start the real games. Like, this game is cool as far as, you know, battle of the top team stars. Who's better, Shai or the Cobra? Who knows? But y'all got it, bro. The Thunder got it. Y'all can have this game. Last 5 games, I've been going crazy. Honestly, I've been going crazy for this last month. Just getting ready for the playoffs. Like, I've been scoring a lot more because I know I'm going to have a lot more minutes in the playoffs just because it's the playoffs. And, yeah, just getting used to scoring, bro. Just getting used to being on the court and scoring. So, yeah, the Thunder got this one, but this game actually means nothing to me. Even though we're the top teams, this loss means nothing to our record. This game means nothing. Let's get the playoffs started.
Giddey with it. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew as New Balance presents our player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Good field goals made, I'm 8th. But awards and records coming after this. And then after that comes the play-in tournament. And then I'll give you guys the playoffs.